Hello and welcome. Let me ask you something. What if I told you that right outside your door, in your garden, on your balcony, or even in a little window box, you could be growing your very own pharmacy? Well, today we're going to dive into that incredible world of healing herbs you can grow right at home. For the author of our source material, Gaz Oakley, this whole thing started pretty simply. He was just looking to grow his own vegetables, right? But in the process, he reconnected with nature and had this huge aha moment. He discovered the incredible medicinal power hiding in plain sight in common plants he started relying on every single day. And that really makes you think, doesn't it? What if we could look at our own green spaces, no matter how big or small, and see them as more than just a source of food or something pretty to look at? What if they could be a source of wellness, of self-sufficiency? So that's exactly what we're going to explore. We'll look at how you can transform these familiar, everyday plants into some seriously powerful home remedies. I'm talking everything from calming teas that'll help you drift off to sleep to amazing, all-natural healing moisturizers. It really all comes down to a shift in how you see things. Once you start learning about herbalism, the world kind of changes. Suddenly, a flower isn't just a flower anymore. It's a potential remedy. This is all about building a much deeper connection with nature and tapping into this ancestral knowledge that, honestly, just makes you feel incredibly empowered. All right, so let's see what this looks like in practice. We're about to take a little tour of the garden and meet a few foundational herbs. These are some real all-stars. They're super easy to grow, and they just pack an incredible punch when it comes to benefits. Okay, our first stop is this beautiful, vibrant orange flower, calendula. You might hear it called the poor man's saffron, because, its petals can give your food this brilliant color. But trust me, its true value goes so much deeper than that. The thing about calendula is its versatility. It's a real workhorse. On the outside, its anti-inflammatory and antiseptic powers are amazing for soothing your skin. Things like eczema, cuts, burns, you name it. But that's not all. You can actually drink it as a tea, and it can help with internal stomach issues, like ulcers. And the backstory is just as cool as the flower itself. Beyond all its medicinal uses, people used to see calendula as a symbol of the sun, of warmth, and healing. They literally believed it brought good luck and would hang it in their homes to keep evil away. Okay, before we go any further, I have to make a really important point here. Look, if you are genuinely unwell, please seek professional medical advice. Herbalism is an absolutely incredible practice for connecting with nature and focusing on prevention, but it is never, ever a replacement for professional medical care. All right, next on our tour is a personal favorite from the source material, yarrow, and its nickname is just perfect, nature's plaster. That tells you pretty much everything you need to know about what this powerhouse can do. And get this, the history here is just mind-blowing. Yarrow's Latin name, Achillea, actually comes from the Greek hero Achilles. The legend is that he gave it to his warriors to stop bleeding on the battlefield. It was literally known as soldier's woundwort. And today, we're still using it for pretty much the same reason, and you can often find it just growing wild. Now let's meet the chill-out crew. We've got lemon balm, which has this incredible citrusy scent and is fantastic for calming your nervous system. Then there's lavender, everyone knows that famous relaxing aroma. And of course, good old chamomile, a gentle giant when it comes to easing stress and helping you sleep. Now remember these three, because they are the stars of our very first recipe. So, introductions are over. Now for the really fun part, turning these amazing plants into something useful. Let's head into the kitchen and see how you can craft your own natural remedies. First up, we're making a simple but super effective sleepy time tea. It's perfect for creating a relaxing little bedtime ritual. And I'm not talking about some dusty tea bag from the supermarket. This is your own custom blend, designed for ultimate calm. And making it is wonderfully easy. You start with chamomile as your base for that sweet flavor. Then you add half parts of our calming brew, lavender for relaxation, lemon balm for your nervous system, plus a little rose petal for subtle flavor, and some mint to help with digestion. You just mix all the dried herbs in a jar and you've got a supply that'll last for ages. Next up, we're tackling skincare. This is a recipe for a completely natural, homemade moisturizer. It uses the healing power of that calendula we met earlier to soothe the skin, and it's totally free from all those weird artificial ingredients you find in stuff from the store. Okay, so the first thing we've got to do is get all that plant magic infused into an oil. Now, the traditional way can take months, but who has time for that? Here's the cheats version. You just gently heat the dried calendula and lavender flowers in some olive oil using a double boiler. After about an hour, the oil is beautifully infused and ready to go. Now, the base of this moisturizer is just as important as the oil. We're using shea and cacao butters, and these two ingredients have incredibly deep, sacred indigenous roots. For centuries, shea butter has been used in Africa to heal burns and scars, while cacao butter has been used in the Amazon for both skincare and in sacred rituals. They are powerful healers all on their own. And here's where it all comes together. You melt down the butters, strain in that gorgeous infused oil, and let it cool. Then comes the magic. You take an electric whisk to it, and this dense, oily mixture transforms into this light, airy, luxurious moisturizer. It's an incredibly satisfying process to watch. So, when you step back and look at the big picture, what's this really all about? I mean, sure, the tea is nice, the moisturizer's great, but it's about so much more than that. It's about a fundamental reconnection. The author reflects on this moment he had while traveling, where he saw local people who just knew the use for every single plant around them. And it sparked this thought: is this knowledge that so many of us in the modern world have just lost? A connection our grandparents might have had, but that just didn't get passed down to us. And that's really the heart of it all. This isn't just about making stuff. Engaging with these plants is an act of reclaiming that lost knowledge. It's about building a real relationship with the natural world, one that gives you a sense of self-sufficiency, empowerment, and just plain wonder at the world growing right under our feet. So I'll leave you with a question to think about. The next time you step outside, take a closer look. I mean, really look. What healing herbs, what forgotten stories, and what powerful connections are just waiting for you to discover right outside your own door.